Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the updated Season 8 Aurelion Sol runes video. In today's video I will show you guys what runes are now the best, since there have been quite a bit of changes to the runes, some buffs and nerfs, and runes have completely changed since my last video. So I want to share this with you guys because the ones I showed in the previous video are not the most optimal runes anymore. They are pretty good, but I recommend you take these new ones. So let's go check them out. And right off the bat you can see I'm not taking domination anymore. I take sorcery and precision. And I have started using phase rush. In the previous runes which I used electrocute, and phase rush, as I said in the previous video, got the buff which I wanted them to add, which is to have 75% slow resistance when you are ranged. Previously it was only for melee champions, so now it's just amazing on Aurelion Sol. It synergizes really well with your kit, and I recommend you take that. And even though buffs to a phase rush are very nice, they are not the main reason why I chose to use this rune page, which I will get to in a second. So in this row you want to take nullifying orb, simply because there's no much better options in this row. Mana flow band you don't need because you take presence of mind, which we'll get to in a second, and the ultimate hat is not that useful in my opinion. So in this row celerity is the best, simply because you gain movement speed and ability power based on your extra movement speed, which is just really good, and it synergizes with Aurelion Sol's kit really well. And of course movement speed is all Aurelion Sol wants. CDR not that useful, and extra for the ability power not that useful either. In this row Scorch got nerfed, although it can still be nice in laning phase to have extra threat to kill your laner, but I recommend taking water walking simply because it allows you to roam faster, and of course when you're Aurelion Sol that's all you want to do. So this one is pretty useful and I really like it. The Gathering Storm one, games often don't get to 30 minutes. Of course that can depend on your elo, but if you take water walking you will be probably ending games under 30 minutes, so I recommend taking water walking. And next we'll take precision, and before you take anything you want to take presence of mind. And honestly this is the rune which made me really want to use this rune page, because in previous season you wouldn't really have a choice when it came to using your mana in your laning phase, because your mana is you just have enough mana with your corrupting potions to push out 3 waves with your W and harass your lane opponent a little bit. But with this rune, after you kill the 7th minion and you level up, for 7 seconds you will not waste any mana. And that is just so useful on Aurelion Sol, because you can play aggressive and constantly keep your W up and not even waste your mana, and that is so powerful for Aurelion Sol because he has a really strong laning phase, but you would always have to either commit to fighting your lane opponent or farming, and if you would do both you would often end up with no mana for the 3rd wave, which would be very destructive for your laning phase, if that's the right word. So yeah, this just helps you so much to just have your laning phase so much easier to win, and you can easily take control of your lane with so much mana. Next in this row there's not much that is useful here, maybe tenacity, but tenacity can be good, but it's not as good as Coup de Grace, which I recommend you take, which gives you extra damage to enemies that are under 40% health, and it gives you 9% more damage to be exact, And that is just a useful keystone, very reliable and very powerful keystone, or rune, should I say. The other ones, this one can be useful depending on the enemy team comp. If they have like a lot of tanks and are focused on like their AD carry or something, this one can be useful to just shred them. And this one, if the enemy team has like a lot of divers, which can often leave you low, under 60 or 30% health, but this one is also not that reliable and pretty risky, so I recommend taking Coup de Grace simply because it's really reliable and really strong. So that is it for the Season 8 runes. I believe this will be the rune page that will be the most optimal to take for the rest of this season. There's not much reason why you would take anything else except if some major buffs or nerfs come out. Presence of Mind is just simply so good, and there's no reason to take anything else but this. It's just so powerful and easy to use. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. If you want to see more of my videos and more of me, make sure to follow me on Twitter to get notified when I stream and upload new videos. Also follow me on Twitch and subscribe on my YouTube channel. You have all the links in the description if you're interested. Of course, make sure to comment down below on what you think. If you have any tips on what runes you take. People sometimes take the Glacial Augment, if that's the name of that. Yes, Glacial Augment. People often take this one, but I believe the rune I use is just that much more useful, and yeah, I just recommend taking this rune page. It's very powerful and reliable. So yeah, make sure to like or dislike, comment. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Peace.